help you?
Can I have some drumsticks?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Stone. I'm your photography and video production mentor at Studio NPL. I hope you'll join me on Tuesdays where we learn all types of video production and film techniques. Like this one, it's split screen. You'll see this in movies like The Parent Trap and The Nutty Professor with Eddie Murphy. There are a lot of other movies, if you pay attention, you'll notice they'll be doing this in-camera split screen technique. You can join me on Tuesday and learn how to do it. Are you ready to get going back there? Yeah, I'm waiting on you. You could just quit talking. We could be out on that lake before the rain comes. Come on, let's do this. I am ready to go. Come on. I guess I better stop talking and get this going.
Hey friends, this is Ashley from Studio NPL, and I'm here to show you a quick no-sew way to make a fabric face mask out of either a bandana or an old sock. Just make sure it's clean. For either method, you can use hair ties or rubber bands, or if you have leggings, you can cut a little ring of those off and it should work well. For the bandana, fold one half to the middle, make the other meet it, do one fold, one more fold. Now, we'll add our elastic bands. About a third of the way in, like this. Fold in the ends, kind of tuck them inside, and there you go. For the sock method, go ahead and put your bands on first. You don't have to have a sock quite this long. This is just what I happen to have on hand. Put your bands about a third of the way in on this end, and by the heel on that end. Next, tuck in the toe to the band. Flatten it out a little bit. There you go. Tacosaurus mask. There you go. You made your own face mask, and you didn't even have to sew. So keep in mind, you're going to want to wash these after every wear, and they also will not be quite as effective against filtering particles as like medical grade masks, but it's better than nothing, and it will help keep you from touching your face. So, everyone, wash your hands, stay safe and healthy, and we'll see you soon.
Yeah. Check. Yeah. What's asymmetrical up on your plane of life? Dips and valleys on your way, but you don't dip in height. Make attitude match altitude, and when you taking flights, remember your royalty orbited by moonlight. Brilliant stars and crescents call for love. Stars fall when they shot, but we still look above, hoping that you win the battle and not catch a slug. Find a ladder, throw it backwards till it's trapped in mud, cause bubble suds cannot wash away the bullet wounds. I can't breathe, take a break, take a walk, take a moment's reprieve. Save your life or save the game, don't bet it in a gamble, cause cops KO'd enough, leaving us in shambles. We stained glass wearers, vanquish poison, spitting stanzas as the serum, and you can't stop it seeping in the cerebellums. This black boy been cleansing with Aquafina, reverse osmosis. It seems I haven't learned a thing, cause it's the potter's hands and his foot is on the wheel. He fixed me, molded me, made me, told me painting with pain heals. Use my life as a paintbrush, making a portrait of the one who made us. Words from my creator. I've sat on steps and wrote on pages, forgotten words and performed on stages. Shaking hands with the real and fake sin. Spinning world, my location changes. Sometimes I southwest, wanna get away in. To and fro with the wind is my language. I manage to shape shift a smoke screen and hide my inner damage. Pack it all in a pen, buried in a song. The remote control of life has a broken pause. I'm pen pals with my memories, yeah. Something writing can't solve. Deep sea diving in songs, making verses my reflection. Cause it's the only time I try to right my wrongs, yeah. Amazing grace, amaze I can't solve. Amazing race I can't jog. Carry life in Jan sport. Where I go you go, what I speak you said. So I find peace with a piece of your words etched or sketched inside my head. Cause now it's the potter's hands and his foot is on the wheel. He fixed me, mold me, made me, told me painting with pain heals. Use my life as a paintbrush, making a portrait of the one who made us. Words from my creator. It's the potter's hands and his foot is on the wheel. He fixed me, mold me, made me, told me painting with pain heals. Use my life as a paintbrush, making a portrait of the one who made us. Words from my creator.
Hey guys, it's your music mentor, Rhett. Right now we're going to talk about song structure because there's so many options that you can follow when you're making up a song. You can stay on one chord the whole time, maybe slide up to another chord, but really stay on that one. You can do that. A lot of times, especially in Nashville, what you're going to find is the 1-4-5 progression, and by that I mean the G, C, D. See, a long time ago, studio musicians developed this system to where when artists came in to record their songs, they could do it as quickly as possible and get more money off of more songs recording. And that number system just assigns every chord in a key the same number. It's much like the capo does to the guitar. When I move the capo here, this becomes the 1 automatically. For what we're talking about, for all intents and purposes. So, in the key of G, the 1 is the G, the 2 is the A. I'm playing A minor, that's A major. The 3 is the B, that's B minor, B major. The 4 is the C, 5 is the D, the 6 is the E, there's E major, just so you know what it sounds like, and the 7 is the F. And the ones that I play minor, that's because in a normal major scale, that would be the chord that you would probably use. It's the most useful to go somewhere else, like for instance. Now that could sound like a verse, but in the interest of song structure, that could be a verse. It is many verses. Well, from there you could go down to the 6th chord, and that could be your pre-chorus or even a bridge or a chorus. So if we were doing something like, you can go. So say that was a pre-chorus, the chorus could sound something like, really what I did for this chorus was use the verse and the pre-chorus mixed together. It wasn't anything really different. I was just taking elements of what I've already played in the song and trying to mix it up a little bit, but I didn't even really mix. I just combined 2 different things I'd already done. But remember, you have all those chords and many more to work with, but those are your main chords, the cowboy chords. And don't forget, if you grow tired of playing in that key of G, just put it anywhere. Go 1, 2, 3. I know you can argue that it just sounds the same in a different key because you're doing the same exact things. This is very true, but they are different frequencies, so that can be inspiring and lead to you playing differently. So work with that, enjoy it. It's just something to be had fun with. And song structure, like I said, your song structure can be 1 chord, or it can be all 7, or it can be 3, and I'll do more examples of that in a video. So enjoy the song structure and make your own.
Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. I'm just taking some pictures of some wildlife. But you know, I'm glad you stopped by. I want to let you know that Studio NPL mentors, we're working really hard right now to get some videos out for you to be able to watch, learn some new skills, and give you something to do while you're stuck at home. We're all working from home ourselves right now, doing our social distancing, and I know you are too, so hopefully you can learn a new skill during this time. It's a great opportunity to learn something different. And I was also thinking, I know a lot of you have something that you're really good at, that you love to do, and maybe you could take a minute, make your own video, send it to me, I'll post it up, and we can learn something new from you. Whatever that new skill might be. Maybe it's how to apply makeup, maybe it's cooking, maybe it's building a robot. It could be anything. Just put it together, put a little quick video together, and send it to studionplnashville@gmail.com. That's studionplnashville@gmail.com, and I'll go ahead and post it for everyone to learn your new skill. I look forward to seeing your videos. Oh, I'm gonna grab this bird over here. I'll see you next time.
Video production at Studio NPL. Learn how to capture, edit, and create your own videos. Part of the Studio NPL Teen Workshop Series.
Hello?
Hey, where have you been?
I don't know. My room.
I saw your new video. I really liked it.
Don't mention it.
No, really, I really liked it.
Did you see this one comment?
Sam, they're just trolls. Don't even worry about it.
I'll never be as good as Zorn. His videos are the best. They're so good.
Sam, get off your phone. Couldn't help me unpack. I need an extra hand with your mom out of town. And clean up this room.
Wait. My stepdad has all this equipment.
And?
You could borrow it and shoot some new videos for my channel.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
It's not stealing.
Not if we get caught.
It's the only way my videos will be as good as Zorm's.
Fine. I'm in.
I have a really good feeling about this.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I got a Papa Merlin's pizza. You wanna come watch it? Hey, is that my camera? It is. Alex, would you excuse us? Yeah. I told you not to go into my office.
I needed it for my video. Okay?
You are grounded until your mother gets home.
What? It's so unfair. It was worth it. My video's gonna be the best. You will not believe. What is this?
Sam, let me explain.
You're Zorn.
It's complicated.
You're the Zorn. How could you lie to me? That's.
Hey Sam, what's up?
So you were a film director?
How'd you find out?
Alex told me. Why'd you stop directing?
My first movie went pretty well. I mean, it was a blockbuster, right? I guess I got word they couldn't do it again, so I quit.
From what I saw, it was really good. Like, it was so good. You did a great job. You see, I really want to make a video, and I think maybe you and I can work together, or, you know.
Let's do it.
Hey,
Hey.
I'm sorry about the other day. Like, I shouldn't have yelled, and
No.
I just.
Well, I'm sorry. I lied to you, and I didn't want you to treat me any differently, and I never wanted to hurt your feelings.
I understand, but I just really wish you would have told me. Hey, me and my stepdad, we just made this new video.
Really?
Yeah. It's trending.
I hacked this. I hacked the sleep. How? I hacked it. Yeah, we need to, yeah. It's locked.
Those set of numbers and my set of numbers.
Good job, didn't they?
No.
Like that?
But I can move and be hard to get.
Still not working.
Good. Good job.
Wait, my stepdad has all this professional equipment locked away for some reason.
Wow.
Your head is just as small.
Out of the way. Out of the way. Okay. Let's move this here.
There's 30 frames in a second. Techie stuff, don't worry about it.
Filming.
That moment when you hold me is the moment I let go of everything you told me about us moving slow. That moment when my worries have no place to stay, and I'm not in a hurry, and to know the time of day. I've waited so long to know you, girl. It felt like forever, and I feel so strong about you, girl. We should be together. And that moment when the look in your eyes makes me forget the passage of time. The moment when I feel your heart beating with mine. The moment I no longer need a sign. That moment when you know me and know just what I'll say. Oh, your eyes and smile control me, 'cause for me they were made. Oh, that moment when the old me has lived his final day, and all that's left are only all the good things you accentuate. That moment when you're everything, all that I want, all that I need. The moment when I can't even sleep when I close my eyes. The moment my dreams have become real life. That moment when I let you go, I lost myself. And looking back, I should have known that you would find someone else. That moment when I see what I had, so in love with him, but I need it back. The moment when I know what it means to be in true pain. The moment when I'll never love the same. The moment when I have no one to blame.
My name is Chris, and I'm a mentor through National Public Library's Studio NPL. And I'm here today to talk about our visualizer workshop. Now, a visualizer is an effect that you create in After Effects that reacts to your audio files. Visualizers are great for promoting your music on Instagram or any other social media you might use. Now, as you can see here, I've created my own visualizer that reacts with my voice in this video. So if you're interested in making a visualizer or any kind of video production, please come join us at the main library between 2 and 6 on Tuesdays, where we hold our own video production workshop.
Sound, especially in film, is almost like a person. It maintains a beauty while conveying intense emotion. It is powerful. It can lie or tell the truth. It can take us on a journey to a faraway place or take us home.
My favorite thing about music is that it can capture emotions and colors that I can't necessarily capture through words. Maybe I can't, there's no way to translate a major chord or a minor chord into something on screen. It's just not something that can translate. So for me, music adds an extra, tool to my toolbox, and it's something else that I can use to contribute to the emotion of my film and to further the storytelling. For me, in films where there is no music, you're missing a key emotional element. I'm used to hearing music in a film, and when that music is taken away from me, I'm disoriented. I don't necessarily know where to look for the emotional cues about how I should be feeling in a specific moment in that film. So I think in all films, and especially in the horror genre, music is used to add suspense to the film. So especially if you're trying to add to a dramatic moment, you don't know who's gonna walk out of that door, you might have strings, maybe some cacophony, and you're like, what's going on? I also am a bit of a superhero film nerd, and for me, music is also really important in action films because it adds, the timpanis will add drama to a fight scene if you have this dun, dun in the bass. Or, especially in moments where you're going from really large cinematic set pieces to smaller emotional moments. In action films, really the music helps cue what emotion I should be feeling in a specific scene. I go from terror in one scene to a sweet moment in the next. Music really helps make that transition more fluid within the film.
Foley art is supplemental sound design in video editing. One of the most classic examples would be something like a lightsaber. That was purely a Foley sound. I forget exactly where they got the sound from, but it's so iconic, just the sound of a lightsaber turning on, and so we associate that sound with a lightsaber without even seeing the lightsaber. So it really does play off of what we expect to hear. So I mean, if the most obvious example would be a fight scene. When you see the guys hitting each other, you hear really over the top sounds, and if you've ever seen a fight, it's never sounding like that. So it's just additional sound to spice up a piece of footage. It's one of those things, if you didn't have it, you would really notice it, and especially depending on certain genres like action movies. If they didn't have Foley, you would notice a very big difference in how the fight scenes or explosions are perceived. Foley can be really, really minor stuff. It could be footsteps, it could be somebody breathing, it could be, a doorbell. There are a lot of things that after you have done a little bit of Foley work, you'll see in movies and you'll know, oh yeah, they definitely just threw in an audio clip of that sound. Foley is an audio special effect. That's, at the end of the day, that's what it's really doing.
Sound is one of the main senses that you don't have control over, so you can't actively choose, I'm not going to hear anything. So it's always impacting how we see and how we perceive the world. So what do I do to create an environment? What I do is I like to think of what the natural sounds in a space are like, and then I like to make sure that they're prevalent in what I'm creating, especially if I'm trying to create a specific mood. So for a track on one of my projects, I had one of my buddies spitting a spoken word piece, and I wanted to sound like he was standing in the middle of Central Park. So the challenge is he recorded it in my studio, which is dead. It's dull. It's meant to be as, clean as possible. And so it was fun. Like, I went around the internet and, like I was saying, like I found some sounds of like birds chirping, then I found some sounds of people talking, I found some sounds of like cars driving by, cars honking, and like a little tugboat in the background doing its horn to kind of mimic a ferry, and then gently blended these things in so you feel that the world is still moving around him. And so with that, I think it's important to make sure that when you're creating something digitally, a lot of times you have to digitally create the world as well. And so it can change, if you're walking through the park, there's different sounds that can be used to make that experience feel pleasant or to make you feel scared and to be looking over your shoulder all the time. And so you kind of become the maestro of that with the sound selection.
Sound is everywhere.
Welcome. Good to see you again. I'm so glad you could join me while I'm out exercising and doing my social distancing at the same time. I wanted to thank you for sending your videos in, those great little workshops you're doing, those how-to videos. They've been awesome. Let's check out Audrey's. She goes to Hume Fogg. She sent us a really cool one. Take it away, Audrey.
Okay guys, so today I'm going to be showing you how to paint these cute little sunset rocks with just paint from your dollar store and a couple rocks that you can find outside. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is find some nice smooth rocks outdoors that'll be easy to paint. Then you're going to need yourself some paint. It can vary depending on how you want your sunset to look, but what I used was some white, orange, yellow, a nice light green, sky blue, and some black. And then of course you're going to want yourself some paintbrushes. You can make do with just the thin one, but I also like to use a thicker one to speed some parts along. And you're going to want some water to clean off your brushes in between each color. So before you can get to any of the fun parts, you have to get yourself a nice clean background that you're not worried about getting anything on. You can use newspapers, just some regular copy paper, but layer it up. Or you can do what I use, which is use an old piece of cardboard. You're also going to need something to put your paint on, mix your paint on, to get all the right colors. Now, before we can get started with the actual fun part of the painting, you want to give yourself a clean canvas. So you're going to take your white paint, and you're going to get your thickest brush, and then you're going to dip that brush in the white paint and completely cover the rock. So after you've given it a few layers and let it dry, the finished product should look something like this. Nice and even, nice and clean. Gives you completely finished and even canvas. The next thing you have to do is start with your sunset. The first color you want to take is your yellow to go around the base of the rock. So just get some on your paper plate or piece of cardboard, dip your thinner brush into it, and go to town. You're going to start at the bottom part of your rock and work up. And now, before that can dry, what you want to do is get your orange so you can put them together do an orange layer in the middle. And you may have to keep going over with yellow and orange to get a nice blend. The paint tends to dry quickly. Then what you want to do is you want to grab your blue. Notice again, the brush in the blue. Go down top. You may have to wash your brush off at this point because you don't want them to blend with anything and you want some gold blue. The finished sky should look something like this, with some nice yellow at the base, fading up to a nice light blue at the top. Now you're going to want to let that dry so you can do your layers of hills. Wash off your brush and get your green. Now, with hills, the way you make your strokes does matter, because you want to go in nice, smooth, flowing curves. I like to start out with the middle hill, and just go, shoop. Just do a nice semicircle, not too round though. It may look strange, just a random hill right in the center, but we're going to add 2 more on the sides to make it look nice and natural. And you might have to do layers on the green in order to make it stand out and that you don't see the sunset through them. Now, I like to go ahead and add the hills on the side. Now, once you've got the 3 bumps, you're going to want to take your black so you can do a little bit of shading and make those hills really definitive so they don't just look like 3 lumps that are all put together. So you take that black and add a tiny bit of it to your green. Now, in the lower corners of the hill in the very back, you're going to want to take that darker green and where the 2 front hills in the front end, you are going to draw a line that you will then blend out. And now, this hill is basically entirely dark. So what I'm going to do is add back in some light green in the center and just blend it out so you should have nice shadows in the very corners. There you go. You got 3 little hills. I also like to add a little bit of that darker green that you made into the corners of the other hill. So it's like the sun's hitting them. So it's like the sun's hitting the tops and then fading out. And then you want to blend that dark green that you just added out onto the rest of the hill. Again, you may have to add a few more layers of that light green to make sure that sunset isn't peeking through. Once you've done a few more layers and cleaned up the shading and the edges, your hills should start looking something like this. Now you may see I have a little bit of a bumpy, uneven edge right there. But we're going to go back with the yellow and smooth that out, and also make it look like the sun shining out right behind the hills. What you're going to do is take the yellow that should be already on your tray. Don't be afraid to squeeze more if you need it. And take that yellow and your skinny brush after washing the green out of it. You are going to get in the very edges of the hills and trace them. Trace the line in between them and the sky. You may have to add some more oranges and kind of remake your sky and move it out, making sure it's all blending together. So I'm going to go back with a little bit of orange and maybe even a little bit of blue and just blend it all out. It may help to get your brush wet a little bit so that you blend better in our thinner colors. Now that you've let your hills and sky dry, it should now resemble something like that. See, with the nice yellow glowing over the hills and the orange and blue fading out nicely. The next part, next step, is to do your clouds. So you're going to take some more of that white, nice shiny white. And what you're going to do is get your thin brush get your thin brush, wash it off again. You are going to want to dry this one off a little bit too. So I like to grab some paper towels just to make sure it's nice and clean, especially when working with white. And then you're going to do your clouds. You're going to get some white on the very tip of the brush, and you're going to start dabbing. You dab to give your clouds more of a fluffy texture instead of swirly, thick swipes. What I'm doing right now is dabbing up some of the paint to make it thinner, make it fluffier. Clouds don't just stand alone, so you're going to want to layer up your clouds and get some behind others. So what I would then do is a larger cloud behind that first cloud. and have it just fade out into sky to show that it's two different clouds and not just one massive cloud. So you want to leave some separation in between the two clouds. I'm going to add a third cloud on the other side of the rock. Higher or lower, it depends on how you feel. I'm going to do mine lower. I'm going to stick to just 3 clouds though, because my rock is so small. But if you have a larger rock, you can do more hills, more clouds, and more colors on your sky. But I like to keep my sky very simple and cute. What I did with these clouds, which I didn't say I was going to do, was add yellow to the very base to make it look like the sun was reflecting off of the bases of the clouds and shining on them. Now, while I only showed you one way to paint rocks, you can paint them however you want. You can do little galaxies, little monsters, and even little caterpillars. I find this caterpillar with giant googly eyes very cute. And you can get creative. You can add puppy paint, googly eyes, buttons, whatever you want. Again, as long as it just makes you happy.
That was really cool, Audrey. Thank you so much for sending us that video. I never thought about painting rocks like that. I'm going to try that tonight. I hope some of you will too. So remember, if you have a really neat skill that you can do, feel free to make a video and send it to me at studionplnashville@gmail.com. That's studionplnashville@gmail.com. Keep those videos coming.
Trying to pick up on a scent that maybe you're out there somewhere. And I'll be a better woman, I'm sure, when I don't love you no more. Ain't nothing like reaching out for the memory of a man who proved true all of my doubt. Now we'll win this old war when I don't love you no more. And you'll be sorry that you left when you're choking on your own tears of regret. You'll be down on your knees like the fool I adore, wondering what you left me for when I don't love you no more. Ain't nothing like healing time. I got a good heart inside of me, and I think it's still mine. I'll remember all that it's good for when I don't love you no more. You'll be
Hi, I'm Seth and I'm a mentor at Studio NPL. This is the first video I'll be making in a series about how to make your own podcast. Listening to podcasts is a great and useful way to spend the time that many of us have at home now, but making them is also a creative and fun way to use it because you're getting to make your own news broadcast, fictional radio play, or just a talk show with your friends. And making them now is easier than ever using a lot of free tools that are online or household objects. So in this video I'll be going through kind of different recording tools and editing tools that are either free to access online or that use things that you might have access to in your house. In this video I'll cover 3 main aspects of podcast equipment or podcast software that you need in order to make one. The first being a microphone. If you're watching this on a cell phone, then that has a microphone built into it, and a lot of cell phones actually have built-in voice memo or voice recording applications. Laptops, a lot of them come with microphones too, and they also have recording applications on there. My cell phone also came with some earbuds that have an inline microphone built into them, built right in the wire. A lot of modern earbuds have either inline microphones like these, or they'll have microphones installed directly into the earpieces. So those are more common microphones you might have around your house instead of maybe an explicit music or podcasting microphone. So by plugging these into a phone or a computer or using the onboard microphones on those devices, you're able to start recording. These microphones I'll just mention may not give you the same quality of sound as a professional kind of studio podcasting microphone, but there's some ways to get the most sound and most quality out of these ones. One way is to remove as much excess noise in your recording environment as possible. So you could either maybe go outside at night or in the middle of the day when it's quieter if you have access to a backyard. Another way is to kind of turn your closet into a makeshift recording studio, and that lets a lot of those extra clothes in the closet dampen a lot of the sound that's either coming in or echoing off the walls. Another way to kind of get better quality out of your microphone is to make a fake windscreen or pop filter, which is what this is. Essentially what a pop filter and windscreen does is that it diffuses a lot of the air going into the microphone, because air going directly in kind of distorts the sound a little bit. So what you can do is cover your microphone maybe in some thin cloth, whether that is a clean sock, a sheet, or a pillowcase, and that'll help kind of diffuse any air from shooting straight into the microphone and distorting whatever it picks up. Another way to get the best quality recording is to set whatever your recording device is on a surface that you're not going to bump that much, because bumping whatever it's resting on can also kind of distort some of that microphone pickup. Alright, so now that I've talked a bit about microphones and recording software, I figured I could show you some editing software. So right now what I have open is Audacity, which is a free editing software you can use on Mac and Windows. On Mac there's also GarageBand is Apple's free audio recording and editing software you can use, but I'm not going to use that just because it's not available on all platforms. There's some other free ones you can use online and everything, but Audacity is also a great one because there's a big community of podcasters that have all used this for a long time, and they have plenty of, frequently asked questions and tutorials on all kinds of different aspects for it. So right here I just have a podcast that I made earlier, very simple. It's only about 16 seconds. And it's just an intro. I said in the middle of it, which is right here. And then, a little bit at the end. So 2 main edits you're going to be making in Audacity very frequently. One is listening to the clip and hearing what the room tone sounds like. So if I start this from the beginning, you'll notice there's a bit of like a hum. Hello, this is Seth, from what I assume is air conditioning. And then there's an in the middle of it. So something you may notice when you start recording is how much you vocalize to fill empty space like that. So I'll show you how to fix both of these very quickly. You're going to be using these a good bit. So the first thing I'm doing is I'm actually up here. I'm using the selection tool, which looks kind of like a little writing cursor. I'm going to click and highlight the right here, and I'm just going to delete that, and you'll notice that the 2 sides on both ends of the highlight snap together, and it creates kind of this seamless transition right here where the used to be in the middle. One other thing for you to do is this first 5 seconds where there's kind of that room tone. You want to actually record and leave that empty space in the beginning so that you can go and isolate the room tone and then eliminate it from the rest of the clip. So this 5-second clip, if you listen to it, you hear kind of that air conditioning hum. what you can do is go to the effects panel. On PC, it's going to be up at the top bar as well. You want to go to noise reduction, and then you want to have the section of the clip highlighted, and then click Get Noise Profile, so it analyzes that clip that you selected. And now you want to highlight the area where you want that entire noise profile removed from now that you've selected it. So I want the whole clip right here to be selected, so I just click this little side panel. Now I go back to the effects panel and noise reduction, and then I click OK. So now it analyzed the whole clip, and you can go and listen to it. And you'll notice that it's a lot quieter.
This is Seth. I guess
and
this
it
is
kind
just
of
a sample.
removes it from the rest of the entire clip. So those are the two main edits that you're going to be making in Audacity whenever you're doing a podcast. One other edit is you can remove this first little bit now that you've used that. And also you can add theme music to your video. So I went on Free Music Archive. It's a great place to get royalty-free music. And I grabbed a song that I'm going to be crediting at the end of this video. So I'm going to add that in here. And you can see kind of, where it falls with the rest of the clip. So I'm going to take the time shift tool, and I'm going to grab this time. I'm going to move it toward the end so that now you can listen to the podcast, get to the end of the podcast, and then the song comes in at the end.
I guess this is just a sample podcast.
That's about it for this episode. I'm going to be talking in future episodes again about publishing, and another one about kind of recording one with your friends over long distance technologies like video chat and how to make a multi-person podcast that way. So thanks for tuning in.